Welcome to an incredible journey inside the most complex organ in your body. Your brain weighs just 3 pounds, yet it contains approximately 86 billion neurons, each one capable of forming thousands of connections with other neurons. This remarkable organ is responsible for everything you think, feel, and do. The human brain consumes about 20% of your body's total energy, despite representing only 2% of your body weight. This massive energy consumption reflects the incredible amount of processing power required to keep you alive, thinking, and interacting with the world around you. Your brain is divided into several major regions, each with specialized functions. The cerebrum is the largest part, responsible for conscious thought, memory, and voluntary movements. It's what makes you uniquely human, enabling complex reasoning, creativity, and self-awareness. The cerebellum, located at the back of your brain, might be smaller than the cerebrum, but it contains more than half of all your brain's neurons. This region is crucial for balance, coordination, and fine motor control. Without it, simple tasks like walking or riding would be impossible. Deep within your brain lies the brain stem, the most primitive and essential part of your nervous system. This region controls vital functions like breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure. It's the part of your brain that keeps you alive even when you're unconscious. The outer layer of your cerebrum, called the cerebral cortex, is where most of your conscious thinking happens. This thin layer of gray matter is folded into intricate patterns, creating the characteristic wrinkled appearance of the brain. These folds dramatically increase the surface area, allowing more neurons to fit within your skull. Your brain is split into two hemispheres, left and right, connected by a thick bundle of nerve fibers called the corpus callosum. While both hemispheres work together, they do have some specialized functions. The left hemisphere typically handles language and logical reasoning, while the right hemisphere is more involved in spatial awareness and creativity. Each hemisphere of your brain controls the opposite side of your body. This means that your left brain controls your right hand and your right brain controls your left hand. This crossing over happens in the brainstem and is one of the fascinating quirks of human neuroanatomy. Within each hemisphere, the cerebral cortex is divided into 4 main lobes. The frontal lobe, located behind your forehead, is responsible for executive functions like planning, decision-making, and personality. It's what makes you, you in many ways. The parietal lobe, located at the top and back of your head, processes sensory information from your body. It helps you understand where your body is in space and integrates information from your different senses to create a coherent picture of your environment. The temporal lobe, found on the sides of your head above your ears, is crucial for processing sound and language. It also houses the hippocampus, a seahorse-shaped structure that's essential for forming new memories and navigating through space. The occipital lobe, at the very back of your brain, is entirely dedicated to processing visual information. Everything you see is processed here, from simple light detection to complex pattern recognition and visual memory. Your brain communicates through electrical and chemical signals. Neurons transmit information using electrical impulses that travel along their length at speeds of up to 120 meters per second. When these impulses reach the end of a neuron, they trigger the release of chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are the brain's chemical vocabulary. Dopamine is associated with reward and motivation. Serotonin affects mood and sleep. Acetylcholine is important for learning and memory, and GABA helps regulate anxiety and promotes calmness. The balance of these chemicals significantly influences your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. The connections between neurons, called synapses, are where the real magic happens. Each neuron can form synapses with thousands of others, creating a network of staggering complexity. The human brain contains an estimated 100 trillion synapses, more connections than there are stars in the observable universe. One of the most remarkable features of your brain is its plasticity. This means your brain can reorganize itself, forming new neural pathways throughout your life. When you learn something new, practice a skill, or recover from an injury, your brain physically changes by strengthening some connections and weakening others. Memory formation is one of the brain's most fascinating processes. When you experience something, multiple brain regions work together to encode that information. The hippocampus acts like a temporary storage facility, while the neocortex serves as long-term storage for consolidated memories. Your brain doesn't store memories like a video recording. Instead, it reconstructs memories each time you recall them, using various neural networks to piece together fragments of information. This is why memories can change over time, and why eyewitness testimony isn't always reliable. Sleep plays a crucial role in brain function and memory consolidation. During sleep, your brain clears out metabolic waste products, strengthens important neural connections, and transfers information from temporary to long-term storage. This is why a good night's sleep is essential for learning and overall brain health. Dreams occur during REM sleep, when your brain is highly active but disconnected from sensory input and motor output. While we still don't fully understand why we dream, research suggests that dreams may help process emotions, consolidate memories, and solve problems creatively. Your brain's visual system is incredibly sophisticated. Light enters your eyes and is converted into electrical signals by specialized cells in your retina. These signals travel through the optic nerve to the visual cortex, where they're processed to create your perception of the world around you. The brain processes visual information in parallel streams. One stream focuses on identifying what objects are, while another determines where objects are located and how they're moving. This parallel processing allows you to quickly recognize a ball flying toward you and coordinate your movements to catch it. Language processing involves multiple brain regions working in concert. Broca's area, typically located in the left frontal lobe, is crucial for speech production, while Wernicke's area in the temporal lobe is important for language comprehension. Damage to these areas can result in specific types of language disorders. Your brain's motor system allows you to move with remarkable precision. The motor cortex sends signals down your spinal cord to activate specific muscles. The cerebellum fine-tunes these movements, ensuring they're smooth and coordinated. The brain's reward system involves several regions, including the ventral tegmental area and nucleus accumbens. This system releases dopamine when you experience something pleasurable, motivating you to seek out similar experiences in the future. This same system is involved in addiction. Emotions are processed by the limbic system, which includes structures like the amygdala, hippocampus, and hypothalamus. The amygdala is particularly important for processing fear and other intense emotions, often responding to threats before your conscious mind even recognizes them. Your brain constantly monitors your internal state through the autonomic nervous system. This system controls involuntary functions like heart rate, breathing, and digestion. It has two main branches, the sympathetic system that activates during stress and the parasympathetic system that promotes rest and recovery. The prefrontal cortex, the front part of the frontal lobe, is often called the brain's CEO. It's responsible for executive functions like working memory, cognitive flexibility, and inhibitory control. This region doesn't fully mature until around age 25, which explains why teenagers sometimes make impulsive decisions. Attention is a complex cognitive process that involves multiple brain networks. The attention system allows you to focus on relevant information while filtering out distractions. It includes networks for alerting, orienting, and executive control of attention. Your brain has an amazing ability to fill in gaps in information. This is why you can understand speech in noisy environments or recognize faces from just a few features. The brain uses prior knowledge and context to make educated guesses about missing information.
The brain's default mode network is active when you're not focused on the outside world and your mind is wandering. This network is involved in self-referential thinking, moral decision-making, and remembering the past or imagining the future. Mirror neurons fire both when you perform an action and when you observe someone else performing the same action. These neurons may be crucial for understanding others' actions and intentions, and they might play a role in empathy and social learning. Your brain processes pain through a complex network that includes sensory, emotional, and cognitive components. This is why pain isn't just a simple sensation, but can be influenced by your thoughts, emotions, and expectations. The brain's circadian rhythms are controlled by a small group of cells in the hypothalamus called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. This internal clock helps regulate sleep-wake cycles, hormone production, and other physiological processes based on light-dark cycles. Stress affects the brain in profound ways. Chronic stress can damage the hippocampus, impairing memory formation, while also strengthening the amygdala, making you more reactive to threats. The prefrontal cortex can also be affected, reducing your ability to make rational decisions. The brain's glial cells outnumber neurons by about 10 to 1. These support cells provide structural support, insulation, and nutrients to neurons. They also play active roles in information processing and maintaining brain health. Myelin, produced by glial cells, wraps around nerve fibers like insulation around electrical wires. This allows electrical signals to travel faster and more efficiently. Diseases that damage myelin, like multiple sclerosis, can severely impact brain function. Your brain uses about 20 watts of power, roughly equivalent to a dim light bulb. Despite this relatively low power consumption, it can process information at incredible speeds and perform complex computations that surpass our most advanced computers in many ways. The blood-brain barrier is a protective mechanism that prevents many substances from entering the brain from the bloodstream. While this barrier protects the brain from toxins and pathogens, it also makes it challenging to deliver medications to treat brain disorders. Learning changes your brain's structure and function. When you master a new skill, the relevant brain regions can actually grow larger and the connections between neurons become stronger and more efficient. This is why practice makes perfect at the neural level. The brain's capacity for learning appears to be virtually unlimited. Unlike a computer with finite storage, your brain can continue learning throughout your lifetime without running out of space. This is because memories are stored in patterns of connections rather than in specific locations. Meditation and mindfulness practices can literally change your brain. Regular meditation has been shown to increase gray matter in areas associated with attention, emotional regulation, and self-awareness, while reducing activity in regions linked to stress and anxiety. The teenage brain undergoes significant changes during adolescence. The prefrontal cortex is still developing, while the limbic system is highly active. This combination can lead to increased risk-taking behavior and emotional volatility, but it also allows for enhanced learning and creativity. Brain disorders can provide insights into normal brain function. By studying what happens when specific brain regions are damaged or dysfunctional, scientists have learned much about how different areas contribute to our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. The field of neuroscience is rapidly advancing, with new discoveries about the brain being made constantly. Techniques like functional magnetic resonance imaging, optogenetics, and advanced microscopy are revealing the brain's secrets in unprecedented detail. Artificial intelligence and computer science are increasingly inspired by brain function. Neural networks, deep learning algorithms, and other AI technologies are based on simplified models of how neurons work together to process information. The brain's complexity means that we still have much to learn. While we've made tremendous progress in understanding how the brain works, many mysteries remain. Questions about consciousness, the nature of thought, and the relationship between mind and brain continue to challenge scientists and philosophers alike. Your brain is truly remarkable, a biological computer of incredible sophistication that makes you who you are. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every action you take emerges from the complex interplay of billions of neurons working together in perfect harmony. Understanding your brain is understanding yourself, and this journey of discovery continues to reveal new wonders about the most fascinating organ in the known universe.